During the Tears of the Kingdom gameplay demo yesterday, the Zonai were confirmed to be in the game with the Zonai charge item dropping from the enemy construct. Well, today more Tears of the Kingdom artwork has surfaced through the official Japanese Zelda Twitter account, and it shows off these Zonai constructs in a whole load of more detail. Well, today I want to take a closer look at the Zonai in Tears of the Kingdom, including this new artwork, the Zonai constructs that we know about so far, Zonai charges, and speculate about the role of the Zonai related to Link's design and getting his new abilities in Tears of the Kingdom. Well, before we get into it today, let me know in the comments what role you think these Zonai are going to serve in the next adventure in the Legend of Zelda series. Well, first of all today, let's have a look at the brand new artwork released from the official Zelda Twitter account of Japan. So this one depicts a Zonai construct with a couple of items. So in its right hand, we can see the flamethrower in the shape of a dragon's head. In its left hand, we can see a bow, also likely to be of Zonai design, as we can see the Zonai pattern in the bow's shape. So we've seen that flamethrower before back in the E3 2021 trailer. We saw Link using this on his left arm as he was battling an enemy that appeared to be attached to a wall. There's also some text that goes with the tweet, and it's translated to Gollum. So if he finds someone he sees as an enemy, he'll start a fight, so be careful. It seems to be often seen on Sarashima, which floats in the sky above the clouds. And I am wondering if that name Sarashima is translated correctly, but whatever it is, it appears to be the name of that floating island. That is very, very interesting detail indeed. So I think the important bit there is if he finds someone he sees as an enemy, he's going to start a fight, so you better be careful. So really, really interesting stuff, and it seems like this is a caretaker or a guardian of the Sky Island itself. Well, that artwork is absolutely fantastic, and now we know where we get that flamethrower from. So that dragon head design is also distinctively Zonai, as there are people we believe to worship strength. So we've also seen a lot of other dragon designs in the game, with some flying in the sky as physical dragons, but also on the doors of a building that Link burst out of in one of the trailers from 2022, plus also in the design for the logo of the game itself. Well, we met these Zonai constructs for the first time in the gameplay reveal yesterday. As mentioned before, they appear to be the caretakers of the Sky Islands itself. So we saw Link fighting against a couple of soldier constructs, plus when Link crosses a river on his makeshift boat, we briefly see a glimpse of another type of construct called a ranger. So we've also seen a much larger construct before, again in that E3 2021 trailer, although this construct looked much larger than the smaller ones that we see on the Sky Islands. Well, we don't know exactly the role of these Zonai constructs just yet, but they appear to be patrolling the Sky Islands themselves. Now, from the translated text, we learn as much being described as, if they find someone they see as an enemy, they will start a fight. Well, definitely one of the biggest moments of the gameplay reveal trailer was when Link defeated one of the constructs and they dropped a Zonai charge. So given the enemy drops the charge, I think we can infer that the constructs are of Zonai origin, perhaps designed and built by the Zonai people. The name, Zonai Charge, seems to indicate that they will power something, and we have seen a battery power design in the user interface, and I think these Zonai charges that drop from the enemies are going to power our abilities, which also could be Zonai in origin as well. So when Link uses his Ultra Hand ability to put together items to form a vehicle, he can activate certain items like fans with a quick hit of whatever he's holding. For example, to activate the fan lying on the ground, he smacks it with a stick, turning it on, bringing up the battery design of the UI. This appears to deplete quite quickly, therefore I think we're going to have to collect quite a lot of Zonai charges to power our vehicles. Whether this is directly related to using the Ultra Hand ability alone, or maybe this powers our other abilities like Recall, Fuse, and maybe even Ascend as well. So I didn't see the battery in the UI when Link used the other abilities, so we're just going to have to wait and find out on the 12th of May. So given we can infer that the constructs are Zonai technology because they drop those Zonai charges, does that mean the Sky Islands are also Zonai in origin as well? So if these machines are patrolling the Sky Islands, then they must be guarding something for a reason, because maybe they've been programmed to do so, perhaps by the Zonai, because the Sky Islands themselves are Zonai in origin. Well, that brings me to Link's abilities and Link's design. So Link, he looks dramatically different in Tears of the Kingdom compared to Breath of the Wild. So he's got longer hair, his right arm seems modified, and he's got that distinctive Zonai pattern running all up his arm. So if we require Zonai charges to power our abilities, then does that mean Link's abilities are from the Zonai as well? We can see early in the game, Link gets attacked by the Ganondorf corpse, and he's half burnt, desperate to save Princess Zelda and diving down to reach her. And in the same recent trailer, Zelda is heard asking someone to lend him your power. Now, could this be Princess Zelda asking a member of the Zonai tribe to save Link, given his horrific injuries? Well, previously in Breath of the Wild, Link has the Sheikah Slate, and this was the source of his runes, and the ways that we could interact with the world. And it appears as if we don't have the Sheikah Slate in this game, and therefore we'd be looking for a new source of power. The Zonai seem like perfect candidates for this source of power, and the Zonai have been described by Nintendo as the greatest mystery in Hyrule that hasn't yet been solved. Well, it looks like we're about to get to the bottom of that mystery. So the Zonai have never appeared in a Legend of Zelda game, but many clues have been left around Hyrule that paint a picture of that prehistoric people. So previous to the gameplay reveal, we believe they had their own technology, although one thing that is really surprising is their technology appears to be very advanced. So back in Breath of the Wild, the barbarian armor did hold some clues, and the description on that barbarian armor said it bolsters your fighting spirit and raises your attack power, plus it was worn by an ancient warlike tribe from the Faron region. That armor can be found in the mazes of Breath of the Wild, plus you can also find plenty ancient clues in the Faron region itself. So if you have a copy of Breath of the Wild, go to the Faron region and you're going to be able to find some interesting stone structures, and they are structures dedicated to the Zonai. So we speculated about these Zonai being in Tears of the Kingdom for years, and it's great to see that these Zonai are confirmed. You know what role they will play in the story, we're just going to have to wait and see, but it looks like their technology is going to play a massive role in the gameplay, so I can only assume that the Zonai will play a huge role in the story as well. Well, let me know in the comments what you think about the inclusion of the Zonai in Tears of the Kingdom. And that is it for this look at the Zonai for now. And as always, thank you so much for watching or listening. For more Legend of Zelda content like this, hit that subscribe button down below and subscribe to Triforce Times. Or you can check me out on Twitter at Triforce Times. Well, if you enjoyed this video, found it useful, liking and sharing the video would really help me out. Otherwise, check out the videos on the channel. Thanks again, I'll see you soon.